Yeah, and so
So my name is Cierra Peterson. I'm the College Career Program Manager here at Little Lights. I've actually been involved with Little Lights since I was 4 years old. So I've known Steve, the executive director, for my entire life. And I actually got involved through my older brother. He was like very heavily involved with Little Lights. Before then, I don't even think we actually called it Little Lights. It was just like hanging out with Steve. And I always had to tag along with him. If he was going out, my mom would send me. Right now, it's a lot of structure, and I guess it's just a lot more resources that have been poured into Little Lights. But then it was just like you have a book and a board game, like you have an adult who cared about you that will read with you, and had some recreation time, and you got a meal. We had dino nuggets was the thing back then. And that was kind of what it is. It was just like a safe space to hang out with my friends, where my mom knew where I was and I was taken care of, and with adults that were there to love on me and support me. So graduating high school, like again, Little Lights was super supportive, like getting me a laptop, going away. So I definitely knew I was going to maintain connection with Little Lights. I was like, I'm going to do something. I want to go into maybe like the prison system and help with like recidivism. But like something that's pulling me back to Little Lights. Actually, it's like one of the last days of summer camp. Mary Park, the deputy director, was like, hey, do you want to come back on staff? Like, this is a program called AmeriCorps. You can get money to go back to school if that's what you're thinking, but it allows you time to transition. So I stayed on for that year. And then Mary came back and was like, you're actually doing a great job and we'd love to have you full time. And I've been here ever since. So now I am the College Career Program Manager. So I definitely like all in support like the high school student, making sure they understand kind of if you have this goal of being a veterinarian or a police officer, like what are the tangible steps that you need to take to get to reach that goal, and kind of helping them get there. So if it's college, if that's something they're interested in, helping them to fill out those applications and scholarships, and pulling on like our volunteers and our staff to make sure they can be successful. And if college is not their choice, helping them with opportunities to develop some skills before they get into the actual workforce. And then throughout college, if students choose that route, helping them to find tutors to make sure that they maintain their grades and they're able to stay there. Have to communicate a lot with the parents, like what age the student is. They're 18 in college, I still have to communicate with the parents with the financial things. That's my favorite part. It's just to hear like, how we are impacting their lives, how like thankful they are when their student is off to college and they're like concerned about their safety. Or I can be like that middle person, like I'm talking to your student every day and I see their face on Zoom and it gives them kind of some relief. So I just, like the Potomac Gardens and Hopkins community are very small and close knit. Like we find like a lot of our like students and like community members are like related, and it's just like one big family really. And Little Life has been involved in the community for 30 years, so it's definitely a part of that family. And then with any family, there is some not so good elements that impact, whether it be violence or drugs or just the lack of resources for some family members, where it impacts like that family negatively. But Little Lights helps to kind of counteract some of those things. I mean, I think over time and like each year, there is like a new barrier or like something that we have to face. It's like in my tier, like, or era of growing up in Little Lights, there was always a threat of like tearing down the public housing. Like I even saw a video when I was like 15, like it was like on Facebook or something like that, and the community members that aren't a part of the public housing were like, yeah, there's nothing good coming out of the public housing. Like we just need to tear it down and DC turn it into condos or something. I guess they thought would be better. And Little Lights, a lot of our bases are inside the public housing so that they're having space to serve. It's easy for students to come to the site because we're right basically in their house after school. It's a safe space because, they know the community, their parents can easily access because a lot of them don't have like cars and different things, so it's easier. But then even like now, as I move into like helping the college and career students, finance is a big thing that students think about when they want to go to college, or like it really is the deciding factor. If they don't have the funds, they aren't able to. And a lot of scholarships and different things, they're like, we want the top performing student that is in all of the extracurricular activities. And like some of our students, they may have to do a part-time job after school to help their parents. And they can't join like the basketball team or the art club. That looks great on their resume. They have other obligations and responsibilities that, some schools don't put as much weight on. Little Lights serves public housings for a specific reason. Public housings were created so people have access to safe, reasonable living conditions for a reasonable price. But the quality of the apartment might not be up to par. Like we've had to help and support families to get maintenance to come out or get pest control to come out for different reasons. Access to quality housing, and where a mother or a family is able to support the student or their children in a way that they don't have to sacrifice just anything. Just having a good quality of life that you expect in our country. And Little Lights had recognized that resources, whether it be like different programs or just support someone to listen to a grandmother who is raising her grandchildren and just needs someone to I don't know how to work a computer, but I have to sign my baby up for something, someone to sit with her and just to fill out the computer. There is violence, so you want to make sure your kids are in a safe place. You can't pay thousands of dollars to have a individual tutor for your students, but I know my student is behind. I know they have, they're in a special education program at school, and I can't afford to offer the support. Little Lights, again, kind of fills in that gap. Every kid deserves to, be able to play outside and on their playground and be safe and not have to worry about, bullets or, well, I have to see, my uncle get arrested or anything. Little Lights provides that shelter for the students. Yeah, because God has been so consistent. In Little Lights, it's hard. I think God has just brought consistency to even when the world has been flipped upside down, during the pandemic, we were still able to have Bible study. So I just think Christ has always found a way to make Little Lights work, no matter what obstacles have come. They're oh, we're gonna tear down some of God's Hawkins, and I was 15, 20 years ago, and it's still here. Yeah, I just pray for the continued growth of Little Lights. It's been 30 years coming, and this is the first kind of building that they bought specifically for program space. And I just pray that, the building opens up access to more people, more families, more students, more, high school students who want to go to college but don't have that pathway, and they probably feel a little hopeless right now. I hope that, once we start firing out, that they just start pouring through the door. yeah, just just hope that Little Lights is able to touch more families.